Okay.
Here we have 5 kittens and 2 moms. The kittens are, one had 3 and the other had 2, and we're really not sure, except when they're nursing, which ones belong to whom. But these are 2 sisters, and if you look at them, you can... Hi, cutie. These are the most adorable little kittens. Now, we rescued them 1 week ago today, and they had just started coming out from underneath a porch in West Pittsfield where they had been born. And these are their 2 moms, and again, both sisters, very probably, were born last year, and this is their first litter each, which were probably born within a week of each other. If you look here, this little one here, the little gray and white, is a bit smaller than this guy here. And then this little kitten back here is smaller than the other 2 black ones. So we're guessing that the 2 smaller ones are probably just about a week younger, maybe a week, 10 days younger than the 1, 2, 3 bigger ones. So again, until they're nursing, we can't tell who's who for babies. But the nice thing is that these sisters have grown up together. They had their kittens together in the same location, which is very unusual out in the wild, because generally a mom will look for a place away from other cats to have her babies and have a safe nest for them to grow up in. As you can see, they're little mess pots here. They're very, very curious now. And this is, again, just 1 week after we rescued them. What we did was we were able to grab the kittens just using gloves. They had just started to come out from under the porch, and they were playing in the garden of the person's home. And so we just very gingerly went up and picked them up one by one. That's unusual, because usually even at this young age they can scratch or bite. So that's why it's really not good for people to grab kittens in the wild. We did use humane traps to capture the 2 moms, and it went very quickly. These cats have grown up under this porch. There are many, many people in this neighborhood, so the cats are constantly around people. Even though they were technically feral, I suspect that when they were kittens, they probably had a lot of interaction with humans. But they've lived their life outdoors, and they are not friendly enough to be adoptable. So they were both spayed. They were both tested to make sure they have no leukemia, feline leukemia, or feline AIDS, and so they tested negative for those diseases, which means that their kittens are also negative. We're not going to be worried about their kittens having those diseases. And if you look, if you can zoom in on the ears, they both have on the left ear, which the left ear, so the right ear facing the camera, an ear tip, which is during surgery. The tip of one ear is just surgically removed. It's not a painful procedure. It's not mutilation. What it is a way of identifying feral cats that have been spayed or neutered. And this is a really important thing to do, because in this group, actually, there were a total of 4 black cats, all around the same age. There was another female, which we did catch and have spayed, and then a male, also about the same age. So we're guessing that all 4 were siblings. When you have a group like this with so many black cats, it's really nice to be able to see who's got the ear tip and who doesn't, because that will tell us which cats we still need to trap and which ones have already been done. And that's the universal symbol of a feral cat that has been spayed or neutered. So I'm going to just take a couple of the kittens out, and then comes the cleanup in the mealtime. And I feel comfortable reaching in now. I've been dealing with these cats for a week now. I'm not worried about the moms going after me, and I just want to show you. I'll take these. Hey, little one. Hey, little one. Come here, you. All right, I'm just going to take these 2 out because they're easier to see. They're not black. So here we have, this is, oopsie, oh, long toenails already. We're going to start trimming their toenails. When we start at this young age, then they'll never give us a hard time about having their nails trimmed. And that's really nice, because it's good when kitties don't have the long toenails to claw everything. And we totally don't believe in declawing, because we don't want to see them have their little fingers cut off. So we get their nails trimmed. But this little guy is, I believe this is a boy. Yes, so this is a little male cat here. And isn't he adorable? Oh my God. Isn't he cute? Oh my God. Yeah. He was hissing at me a few days ago, but look at him now. Now I can cuddle him, so he's been socialized. And really all it takes is just having them in your home, speaking to them, handling them, getting them sometimes to eat off your hand, out of your hand with food, just so they learn that human interaction can be a positive thing. And this is my favorite. She's clearly the little runt. She's probably the cousin to this bigger one here. And she has a little bit of a weepy eye. We're going to have that looked at when she goes in on Friday for her first distemper shot. And she is a little girl. Little girl back here. It can be hard to tell when they're this young. And this is our little girl. A little tuxedo. Little gray tuxedo kitty. With a nice blaze down her nose. Sweetie. Okay. They still nurse a little bit at night. They don't need to. They really are weaned at this point. When the eyes change from blue to gray or yellow or green, whatever the permanent color will be, then we know that the kittens are old enough to be taken away from the mom. That usually happens at around 7 weeks. So their eyes, if they'd hold still and you could get a good zoom in with the camera, we could see that the eyes are, actually on this little boy, the eyes are just about changed from the blue to looks like he's going to have yellow eyes. And then this little one, her eyes are also just about changed. So they're eating solid food. We give them a mixture of canned food mixed with water to make kind of a soupy gruel for them. And then we also start them on the little tiny kibble, the kitten food kibble. And we try to feed them really high quality food so that their immune system will be nice and strong, and they'll have good nice thick coats and healthy skin and eyes. Okay. So this is our first group. The two moms are going to go back. We've had some rainy days, so we're going to let them recover for another day or two, and then on the weekend when it's going to be beautiful all weekend long, we'll take them back to their original place where they came from, their home territory. And we also have a very nice little shelter box that's insulated and it will be packed with hay, so they'll have a place to crawl into and they'll be able to sleep in there, and no matter how cold it gets in the winter, no matter how wet it is or snowy, they'll always have this nice shelter to crawl into, and they won't need to live underneath the drafty porch anymore. Okay, good. Okay, so let me just give them some. Here's some supper. Here's some supper. It's okay, Mama. It's okay, Mommy. It's pretty messy having kittens, so I changed these this bedding and the litter box twice already today, and it's just the nature of the work that when you are dealing with kittens, it's a messy job. A lot of laundry, a lot of cat litter, and a lot of cleanup. And here's a little spring toy for them to play with. There we go.